Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to my stack of packing paper, and welcome to my idea for the project I made yesterday. Sorry for the crinkle. I personally love it, but yesterday was my second and final prompt for the Let's Go Steampunk, and it was Ramblin Roadster. So what I did was I designed some tags to fit in a pocket, and for that pocket we used this kind of paper, and we made faux leather, and we made strips, leather strips for these guys, and I needed to be able to wrap this part around one piece so it goes like this, and then the other piece to be able to come through and through, right? So that's what I'm doing, is a process video on how we got that done. And I'm making them because you're going to see this backwards. First you're going to see how it looked. That should do it. You're going to see how it looked, and then you're going to see how I made it. Come on, let me see if I can do it this way. Okay, and then this way, and I'll show you what I mean by we need 4 pieces. Okay, so one's going to be a connection, and I haven't made the tags yet, so I need to make sure these are going to be long enough, right? So fold these in half, and I got a feeling this is going to be somewhat like threading a needle. Okay, and I hunted around and thought about and wondered if, and I'm thinking, how am I going to do this, right? And then I went to chat GPT, and there it was. Now I'm okay if I have to crinkle this up a bit. So see, this one will be, let me poke that down in there. Boy, I tell you, I like being more organized. I'm not there yet, but woo, I'm nearing the corner, right? Round the corner. And I'm just spending one weekend at a time. Okay, so this will go through here. Okay, and then you'll see what I mean. And it's kind of neat. You'll see this in the video. So see, this is like now on a hinge. And what I want to do is glue that one. And then we'll come down to this other side and glue it. And we'll glue it down the middle. And we're going to make sure it fits. I'm just getting a bottle of glue. I wanted a specific glue for this one. Sorry about walking away. Okay, so I know it fits. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in here. Squish that up. My camera feels weird. It's because I had it in a different angle earlier. Okay, and then we're going to come down just to about right here, because I don't want it to get stuck, right? We're going to glue this. We're going to hold this one down just like so. And that's going to be our fastener. Now, it won't require a lot of root strength, because we're just going to run a little smaller piece in here and through there. And I hope that it works out according to how I think it should look, right? Because we're going to make a pocket that looks a little bit like a satchel, I hope. So that was the idea. Okay, so now I can cut this off down here. We're going to repeat that process because we're going to cut these. Like I said, we'll cut this piece will be one piece and it's going to get glued to the pocket. So let's say this is our pocket. Let's say this is our pocket and this is the, let's say this is the satchel. Okay, this will be above. It's not going to be this rough, I promise. Okay, so this is going to be the pocket from up above. And we're just going to pretend like this is the bottom piece. Only one piece is going to come down like so. Oh, you know what? I kind of wish I do it like this. This will be cut a little nicer. Okay, so I think I got this. This will come here. This piece will be here, right? And then this will have a piece that comes down. And I'm almost wishing, see, I'm planning it. You're seeing the process. I'm thinking like this. It won't be this wide. Okay, so this will be the pocket. This will fold up and down, up and down. Okay. I gotta look at the rucksack. So this is something you'd find. Okay, so then the other piece, the thinner piece, and I'll have to glue a couple of these together and then cut them out, right? You'll get the idea here in just a second. You'll see what I mean. So this we're going to fold. We're going to fold this piece like so. Okay. And this will be trimmed really nice. This is not going to be all sloppy like this, okay? This is just a practice. Okay, so this one will be connected up here and it will come through here. I've got to be strong enough. Stick it to my thumb. Okay, so this piece will then come through like so. And I may use, I've got some faux leather here somewhere, but I don't know if I have a color that would be close to this. But anyhow, then this will come down and through like a real closure. Come on. Just like the real deal. Okay, so then this will come through like so. So then when you want to open your, and again, this will be much sturdier, but it will be a genuine article. So So then when you want to open the journal, you just pull the lace out, right, or the strap, and then you've got this that'll fold up, and then your pocket filled with your goodies here. So I'm going to make two. I'm going to make one for this side and one for this side. But I got to figure out the whole rucksack thing. But these I do know I'm going to need. Now what do I do with my other little guy? Here he is. So I just thought, why not make it now so I don't have to wrestle with it later. And if I need to, I know I need, maybe I'll put a little piece of fabric in there, a little piece of brown fabric, just because I know I need it to be A, thin, but B, sturdy. That was, these little connectors was from the Stampin' Up! Hodgepodge Hardware. Yeah, these come out of this Hodgepodge Hardware Stampin' Up! Box that was given to me by a dear friend. Thank you, April. And so, like I said, these, and I might look, Lord only knows where that faux leather is. I might just look before I get going on this. Alright, so then this piece will go here. And now we have our two bottom straps. And this isn't bad, but it's not real sturdy. And I need it to be sturdy. So see, we got a little space here and a little space there. Well, that's not bad. So if it's thin enough, it'll work. And then we'll put these two together. I'll fold that. And then we'll cut them. And I'll cut them to the length they need to be. And then that will go with our kit. And these are our tags. So I know my pocket's going to need to be wide enough for the tags. So it's not going to be very big. Maybe 4 inches, because our page is only 5.5. So I think 4 inches will work. And then these are going to go in them so that you can journal on them. And I might cut out or printed out some big giant cogs. So these will go in there too. And then I'm thinking maybe a pen. If I can find a pen or a pencil the size of my rucksack. So it can be tall-ish. It can't be too much taller than my tags. And then I think I'm going to try to find, and I'll go through the kit. I'll go through the kit and look for something with maps on it. Okay, so these cut out. And then, like I said, I'm going to go through the kit and try and find something with maps. If I don't, I may create a map, and then I'm going to roll it up and put it in there and look for items I think that would be in a rucksack, thrown in a steampunk type era roadster. And I don't know that there was any roadsters in the kit, but I'll look, and we're going to wing it if there's not. So I might put a little book in there, like a little mini journal in there. And like I said, we're just going to fill this rucksack, which can be, it can have, can be actually like an accordion style deal, where it can hold several items, right? Just brainstorming. So you're seeing now my thought process for creating it. So just like that, right? It's kind of cool to do everything in reverse. Isn't that cool? And then, of course, like I said, the top will be another piece that comes from the back. And folds over. It won't be that much because rucksacks tend to be at about that angle. And then a piece here and our piece here. Actually, I think I'll bring them down to about right there, and then our strap can go all the way down. Heck yeah, maybe to about right there. That way, I might even roll this up. Ooh, I like that. So it looks like, yeah, like you got room to grow. Look at that, guys. That is, and then I've got the washi tape. Yep, and I got the cogs, but like I said, I want the front to look like faux leather. What I really want to do is pull out stuff from the inside. That doesn't really hold water. Maybe we'll just make it come down low so you can put taller things in it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Gotta make it look realistic. Okay, and then so our tags will go in here. I do it the one I cut. There we are. So our rucksack's only going to be about this big. Okay. And then maybe I'll make a fake pencil for it. It's just, you know, it's just for the aesthetic. So these will all go in here. Some of the cogs will go in there. And I'll find some other stuff to put in there. But tomorrow we'll actually construct, or tomorrow or yesterday. You will have seen yesterday the whole how it was made, or what it looks like from the brainstorming how it was made. I do like that, and I do like these. So a strap coming from the back over and a strap coming from the back over, and we'll have some of our wheels, and I will make it a little skinnier because we only need it to be big enough. Oh no, I remember I was gonna make a map, but I'm gonna roll a real map up and put journaling cards or journaling paper on the back. Yes, I like that idea. So I have a road map and some journaling tags. Yes, guys, that's it. That's it. That's the brainstorm. So you'll see what it looked like yesterday, but you'll see how I made it tomorrow, right? Today. Now, this is how it was made. Thursday. You're seeing this on Friday. I got myself. This time travel is nuts. Okay, so I got this going out. Let me kind of wad that up, make it look old and used. Yeah. So it looks like it was just thrown in a trunk, right? So we'll put a map in here, maybe tuned up for a piece of a pencil, and our straps and our tags. There you go. That's it, guys. That's what we're going to do. So, all right. So I'll look forward to your comments on the creation of it compared to how it actually turned out. This like brainstorming and then showing you the whole thing. Just let me know what you think about it. Let me know in the comments. Be kind, be nice, and thank you. This is for the Let's Go Steampunk collaboration hosted by SherlsCraft, and you can get this kit in her store I will put a link to her channel in the description box, as well as yeah, you could, that way you know where to go to find it. And then at the end of the collaboration, there will be a lot of giveaways, and you have up to 30 chances to win if you are subscribed to the channels, you follow and comment on all the channels and each post throughout the day. All of, like I said, I'm going to put Cheryl's channel in the description box, and you can go over there and watch her video unveiling the whole thing, so you get it straight from the source, and I don't screw it all up for you. But that being said, guys, thank you for being a part of the collaboration. If you were, thank you guys that all had something to offer. It was a great collaboration. Cheryl, thank you for having us on board. All right, see you in the next